Now that we are a little more assessment-wise, let's dive into the components of a balanced assessment system. Let's begin with some definitions. What is a system? To be a system, or thoughtful, coordinated, and comprehensive process for assuring that the curriculum, the instructional program, and the assessment process are in fact part of a cohesive vision. This is what it means to be a system in our lens. What is coherence? All components of the curriculum, instruction, and the assessment process are aligned and form a coherent set of expectations for learning. Like the coherence of the next generation science standards, coherence means concepts also build on one another. What is balance? The system must be balanced, exhibiting an appropriate weighting and distribution of learning process to support and for accountability needs. Balanced assessments are used for different purposes, at different times of the school year, and to fulfill different data needs. Balanced assessment systems generally include 3 types of assessment: summative, benchmark or interim, and formative. When we talk about balanced assessment, we are referring to the idea of having multiple measures to provide a balanced picture of students' learning. The balance occurs when we don't rely on one measure to tell the entire story of a student's growth as a learner. So the idea is not to have an equal amount of each type of assessment, but rather as many different data points from assessments to guide teaching practice that will, in turn, improve student outcomes. A balanced assessment system is needed because state assessment systems that focus on once-a-year summative testing do not provide sufficient information to improve student learning and school capacity. A balanced assessment system supplements the information provided by summative state tests to more completely inform and to help improve learning and school decisions. Balanced assessment systems can be thought of as a continuum of strategies. This ranges from formative or daily classroom assessments to periodic checkpoints, also called interim or benchmark assessments, to annual snapshots of student achievement characterized by summative assessments. Assessment systems are essential to improve student learning and school capacity because assessment provides essential data to monitor performance and inform decisions. The purpose of assessment is to inform constructive action. Main points about what is a balanced assessment are: 1. A balanced assessment system includes content standards and assessments. Assessments are constructed to measure students' attainment of these content standards and report their level of achievement in clear and useful ways. The standards and assessments are related coherently in a system that supports achievement of the purposes through meaningful interpretation and use. The system is balanced appropriately between accountability and supportive learning. Balanced assessment systems include a variety of instruments and processes to provide information and data for informing policymakers, school administrators, parents, teachers, and students. State tests alone cannot provide the necessary information. Summative, interim, and formative assessment will all have to play a role. Here we can see an adapted version of Smarter's theory of action that leads to all students being college and career ready. Starting with the next generation science standards, teachers will triangulate information from formative, interim, and summative options in the assessment system to ensure that their students are on track to move to the next grade level. As we mentioned, different assessments serve different purposes. Assessment is crucial to move from opinions to informed action. Assessments may be formal, using carefully designed assessment instruments, or more informal, such as learning from observations, conversations, and impressions. Balanced assessment systems help answer the questions of what happened, what are the strengths and weaknesses, why, and how it can be improved. Balanced assessment systems include a range of assessment measures designed to inform understanding and action from state policy to classroom instruction. Having accurate and timely information is essential to inform all aspects of education. A balanced assessment system consists of the tools to assess and inform learning. It also provides the appropriate information needed by different levels of the educational system. It also provides information about all the students through appropriately designed assessment measures and inclusive policies. It provides information on valued constructs, content, and skills. It provides not only information about what is, but also provides information about what should be done. It provides information with a time frame that is useful, and it embodies choices and compromises that balance the ideal and the practical. Assessment systems provide information to the state or national level, district, school, and even classroom or individual level. And assessment systems include summative tests, interim assessment measures, and formative assessment processes. Assessment systems address all important concepts and areas, and they provide support so that assessment data can be interpreted and used appropriately. Here's a graph indicating the comparison between formative assessment and summative assessment with respect to what is it, when is it used, and why is it used. Looking at the information for formative assessment, this happens in order to gather information about student learning. It typically occurs during a lesson or unit, so it can happen as often as daily. It is used to track student progress towards learning goals, thus informing teacher instruction and student learning. Now that we know a little more about assessments in general, and about balanced assessment systems, let's look at an example of each in Montana. This graphic depicts the big data picture and moves to more granular information that pinpoints instructional next steps. These assessments provide different information. State-level assessments fulfill our state and federal reporting requirements, such as the school report card. District-level assessments often help districts that are monitoring progress towards local goals, or they may help inform program evaluation, such as monitoring whether a bilingual education program is having positive effects. Formative practices are ongoing daily occurrences that allow the teacher to adjust instruction on the fly.